back to our kitchen. I'm Nakita and this is Elana, and today we're going to be making
chocolate gravy
to go with some yummy biscuits. So today we're making biscuits and chocolate gravy, aren't we? Well, what do you think of when you think of chocolate gravy?
I tried those before and they were really tasty. And then they had something in it and they had sweets in it.
Did they? What,
I added all the chocolate on top. Then I cracked it in pieces. And I added it. Then I saw there was sweets and then I added and then there was toys.
all in a chocolate gravy? I've got to admit, when I think of chocolate gravy, it's the word gravy that kind of makes me think of gravies to go with a roast dinner, or maybe the sausage gravy. But no, chocolate gravy is just a nice chocolate sauce. So in here we've got some flour, salt, baking powder and baking soda, and we're just going to give it a little whisk up, aren't we, Elana? Just mixing it all together. Now, not all of you may have heard of chocolate gravy, but I'm assuming a lot of you would have heard of biscuits, and for any Brits watching, biscuits is not like a rich tea biscuit or digestive or a custard cream. These are flaky, more like a doughy, flour-based, kind of like a roll. Biscuits and gravy were one of those things that were found in a lot of homes back in the day, something that you would get cooked at home by maybe your grandmother. It was a cheap meal. Cocoa back in the day was cheaper than chocolate, so hence the chocolate gravy being born. And it's something that you can eat somewhere between breakfast and brunch. But let us know, is it something that you might have as a dessert? Now that that's mixed up and we're a little bit messy, we need to go in with shredded cold butter. Now we've enjoyed experimenting with a couple of different gravies now, but like I said, chocolate gravy is a new one on us, and I guess it's not typically a gravy. But I also suppose, depending on where you're from, something like the white gravy you have with chicken fried steak, or even the sausage gravy with biscuits, some places wouldn't call that a gravy, they might call it more like a sauce.
I remember when we made a tomato gravy.
Oh, the biscuits with tomato gravy. Did you like that gravy? So that was another gravy that we tried, and again, a lot of you might have called that a sauce. So we're enjoying this journey of gravies. If you've got any other suggestions for gravies, let us know. I know someone is about to pop in the comments and put red eye gravy. It is on my list of things to try. We've got some chilled buttermilk. Push it all together into a big bowl.
Oh, it smells nice.
Does it?
Yeah, all nice and creamy.
Yep, so just give it a little knead. Right, we're going to create some layers now by just folding this. Right, so we're ready to cut out some of these biscuits. So do you want to do it? Can you remember what to do?
Don't twist it.
Exactly, well done. You're so clever. I feel like this would be a good point to tell you that we are a British family and we are just cooking our way through as much American food as we can because we love learning about American food and the history behind it. So things like Alana's picking up cooking techniques, as are we, with making biscuits not to twist the cutter so that you don't seal the edges of them, which then allows them to rise. So if that's something that you feel that you might like and you might like to learn along with us, then please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. So I'm just going to pop these biscuits into the air fryer, and as before I'm going to leave them all touching so they help each other to rise, which some of you say isn't true, they'll rise anyway, and others of you say that it does help them to rise. So let me know what you actually believe and how you make your biscuits. Do you make them all touching or do you leave a space between them? I am a little bit nervous that I've added too much buttermilk to this and they're not going to rise at all, they're going to be too wet. So if that happens, it's my fault for being cocky and for not actually following our own recipe. Right, I'm just going to pop these into the air fryer. They're going to take about 8 to 10 minutes, but we'll keep an eye on them halfway through. Elana would just like to point out that she is now 4 years old, so we've got some balloons up in the background and that was for her party. Elana, what do you want to say about being 4? Is it good?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Let's get on with this chocolate gravy. In here we have got some sugar, some cocoa powder and some flour. I'm just going to give that a mix. Now the recipe for the chocolate gravy is coming from none other than Cowboy Kent, so we will link the recipe for the chocolate gravy in the description as well as for the biscuits if you do want to follow this recipe along. I believe there is a difference. You've got chocolate gravy and you've got chocolate syrup, is that right? And I think the difference between the two is the consistency of them. So today we're making the thicker kind, which is the chocolate gravy. Into this we're adding some evaporated milk, some vanilla, some salt, And an optional extra, and I think, why not? Cinnamon. We're also adding in a bit of butter, and we're just gonna give that a mix. You already know this is gonna be good. So I'm just gonna pop the heat on low a minute just to melt that butter in. Biscuits have been around in America for a long, long time, but chocolate gravy dates back to about the 1800s. And I think it was when the Spanish settlers came over and they bought things like cocoa powder. And this became really popular because it is something that you can make from your pantry. So the pantry staple items that you'd have, the flour, the cocoa, some of the baking soda, baking powders, some of the leavening agents, and of course your sugar. And it was a cheap way to make something that was delicious. Now earlier I said that sometimes chocolate was actually a lot more expensive than cocoa powder itself. So by making a dish like this, cocoa powder would actually stretch that much further and you'd have a chocolatey, I'm gonna say dessert because I always associate chocolate with dessert, but I know that this is something that you guys might have had for breakfast, but you could create something chocolatey that wasn't as expensive. I just checked on the biscuits and they are rising.
Oh God, this screams naughty. This screams USA. This screams an American dessert.
Or is it? Now let us know, what time of the day would you typically have biscuits with chocolate gravy for those of you that do have it? And for those of you who don't and you want to try it, what time of the day are you going to be having yours? So we're having it before dinner, which is really naughty. So Elana, because you made this with Mummy, I think you should take the first bite.
The biscuits look great.
Oh, your chocolate's good.
Is it? What do you think? Shall I get, oh my gosh, chocolate chops. Oh, how is it? It's good. Oh, okay, they're fine. Might need some more chocolate gravy actually. I might have been a bit stingy. Okay, so that chocolate gravy is something out of this world, and if you are debating whether or not to add that secret ingredient in, definitely add it in. You can taste it right away and it kicks off everything brilliantly.
Oh, that chocolate is really creamy. Biscuits are great. That really goes well together, doesn't it?
So the chocolate has got cinnamon in it. Can you taste the cinnamon straight up?
I can now, yeah.
It is beautiful with that cinnamon in.
That chocolate is so nice.
What do you think of my biscuit?
Your biscuit, aren't they amazing? Yeah. I think biscuits are amazing. Chocolate's amazing. Could you make like a Cinny Bomb, but with a biscuit?
It is kind of like that, isn't it?
Again, America, you've outdone yourself. Will I be having more of these? Yes. Last one, I'm done.
I do think I should have put a little bit more chocolate gravy on each one, but as we were having tea soon, I thought we'd better not. But I need to kick off a rating, and I really, really want to be giving out a 1 for something, but this dish is not it. This is
I
definitely...
give it 10 out of 10.
Hey!
Stole the words out of my mouth. I second a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. I know, I'm normally the one that goes 10 out of 10, but I think it tastes really, really good. I think it needs a bit more chocolate, maybe a little bit more cinnamon for it to be like right up there. But then I don't know what the original tastes like, but that's going on what we've got here today.
Absolutely worth a try. If you haven't had biscuits with chocolate gravy, you've got to try it.
Before you click off, if you did enjoy this video, please consider liking this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And all that leaves this little British family to say is...
Take care.
God bless.
And see y'all in the next video.